What if you change one thing and it changes everything? You already know how an in-tune ukulele sounds, right? Oh my gosh, we are retuning the uke to make it an open tuning. Now it already kind of is an open tuning. Usually it's G, C, E, A, right? Now if you just play those notes, it's an A minor 7 chord, C major 6 chord, something like that. But by making one simple adjustment, you can make all the chords into key so much easier, okay? So I have tuned the highest string, well, or the fourth string, however you want to look at it, the A string down to a G. So this is G, C, E, G. These are the same string now on the top and the bottom. Now, a C, an E, and a G in any order, this would be N order, G, C, E, G, is a C major chord, okay? Now what I want to do though, I want to play all the chords in the G major key, okay? Because we're going to keep this string right here, which has always been a G. We're going to keep this open the entire time, okay? So when I just strum it, there's a C major chord. We're thinking of this as the fourth chord in the key of G. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. Those are the notes in the key of G. All of those single notes become a chord. G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp diminished, and then back to G major. Now you don't have to remember that. All you have to do is just learn this shape and then move it around, and I think your ukulele playing will actually improve, and it might give you a new perspective on how notes help with chords, okay? So open is now just C major. Really easy, okay? Now what you can do is you can hold down just the second fret, and we're just gonna hold down the 3 strings on top here. Remember, we're leaving this G open the entire time. And then now this is gonna give you C major, C sharp, D major with a G there. Now the thing about this G, in a D, you know, it technically has a different chord name because we're adding a G note to a D major chord. But because we're playing in the key of G major, this note is gonna bind everything together. So the 4 chord to the 5 chord. You can play with the fingers, you can play with one finger. And then the G chord is actually, we're gonna go through a couple other chords. So this is gonna be our G major chord, that same shape, but now we're on the 7th fret. Same thing. So we have 1, 2, 3 major chords. Technically, if we were gonna name these musically, it would be the 4 chord in the key of G, the 5 chord in the key of G, and the 1 chord. But because you can just move around, it's a lot easier. Now, another thing that you could do is really just play a regular G major chord, but then with the top string open. So even easier, it'd be the 4 chord, 5 chord, 1 chord, okay? But it's good to know that that same shape will give you different options, okay? So I think that's super easy just to go from C to G. C, But that's not all the chords in this key. There are minor chords also, right? Now having this alternate tuning, which again is barely an alternate tuning, you just tuned this down a full step. You can play all the minor chords with the same shape as well, all right? So again, we have the 4 chord, the 5 chord, the 6 chord is gonna look like this right here. So open, 4, 3, 4. All right, this is gonna be an E minor chord. Remember, it used to be something like back here, but now we just pop that right there. Okay? E minor. Now this is our minor shape. So if we kind of keep going here, there's that G. We would go, again, 2 frets higher from there because the major scale is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. You can play through the whole scale just like that. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Same thing with chords, right? So if we have that G major chord, we go a whole step, and then just instead of making it major, we make it minor by flattening that middle one. So now this is kind of our new little A minor shape, and then a whole step higher from there. is our B minor shape. And the cool thing is, if you want to, you can actually just mute that G string, or you can play it open. It's gonna fit over every single one of these chords open, but it's just kind of optional if you want to do that. So we have the 4-chord C major, the 5-chord D major, the 6-chord E minor. We're gonna skip that diminished chord because nobody ever plays diminished chord. The 1-chord G major, the 2-chord A minor, the 3-chord B minor, and then home to G, okay? Now the cool thing about maybe just changing the string, the string tuning of a uke is you could just kind of use the same shapes and then just get different kind of vibes for what you're doing, right? So in fact, now that because this is a G string, we can go through whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, and any one of these single notes, open 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12, will fit over any of the chords that you're doing. So again, let's just take that G major chord and think of this. Let's just think of open 2, 4, 5. Let's add that to some of the chords that we did, but just on top. So this is just going through the G major scale over that open C, right? So C major, and then now it kind of sounds like I'm improvising, which really I'm just taking the most basic music theory knowledge you could ever think of, just an intervallic formula. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Great way to just train your ears to kind of get into that. You could also double up because, like I said, these are the same thing. So you can do that. You could add it to other chords like that G, now which is just 2 and 3 in the middle. Open, 2, 4, 5, 7. Oh my gosh, I can't even. But you get it. It's like the cool thing about that is since we have 2 G major chord voicings, that one, which is just 2 and 3 in the middle, the one down here, which is 7 all the way down. Let's add the note of the G major scale on top of either one of these because I can play open 2, 3, open, open 2, 3, 2, open 2, 3, 4, open 2, 3, 5. Now if you want to, you can really get open 2, 3, 7. But at this point, why don't you just switch to here, open 7, 7, 7, open 7, 7, 9, open 7, 7, 11, open 7, 7, 12. So that's kind of like a great exercise to really train yourself in these notes that go in these scales. So just a different flavor to add to your ukulele practice by just taking one string, tuning it down a step. Really, tell me if you've ever tried any other ukulele open tunings or any just alternate tunings in the comments because this is the first time I've ever actually experimented with this. I've always just been G, C, E, A every time I've picked up a uke. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll have an affiliate link to this Journey Instruments ukulele. This is like really one of the best buys you can get because it comes in an awesome gig bag for traveling and sounds great, and it has an electric, it's an acoustic electric output too. So let me know what you think and I'll see you in the next video.